This is Matt for Behind the Gloves in association with S-Jam Boxing. Surprised and delighted to be joined by Geordie Shaw's Aaron Chalmers, aka the Joker, and now mixed martial artist. How are we doing, Aaron?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So, we're at the MTK Golden Contract. Who are you down here to support?
I'm supporting Harlem Eubank. Harlem, he's going to put on a show. He's looking in absolutely tremendous form, so I'm excited to see him go to work. Look at who he's training with.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to look at. The quality of the people he's around, his coaches, his teammates.
Yeah.
It's a world level, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he's got a lot of pressure, you know, he carries that Eubank name, obviously, like, you know, Chris Eubank and obviously Chris Eubank Jr.
Yeah,
they're doing,
course.
you know, he's now doing his own thing mainly in America. But yeah, let's get on to you. So you've made your name in reality TV. We all know that. Won't go too much into that because you've evolved from that since, you know, you now leave a family man and you're now a mixed martial artist. So why did you make that transition from that world into this?
So it was a little promise I had to myself as I was like in me early 20s. I was in my late teens. I done a little bit of Muay Thai, like just classes and stuff. And I always said, right, before I'm 30, I'm going to have one MMA fight. And I just had it in my head. I was like, one MMA fight. But then I went away on the oil rigs and I was just training weights, and I went into Geordie Shaw, and it just nothing seemed to arise. And I remember sitting on the beach with my agent, and he was like, what are you going to do after Geordie Shaw? And at the time, I think I was 28, 27. And I was like, I just want to have one MMA fight. Little did I know, his brother-in-law was the matchmaker for Bama.
Yeah.
Right? So it was pure, and he was like, I can make that happen.
All the dots and everything just started linking.
But then, then I started training a little bit, but then X on the beach come up.
Yeah.
So I just, obviously, reality TV was where my bread and butter was, so I just went with that, forgot about it. I think it was maybe the following year. It was the year of my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
So the January or the Feb. I think it was it was the March. He rang us, he said, right, I've just signed the contract for Bama. Mm-hmm. You're fighting in May, 2 weeks before my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
So I think he gave us, I think there was like 7 weeks or 8 weeks. And I just thought, right, boom, moved straight to Birmingham. I knew one lad in Birmingham who was training with Leon Edwards, one of Leon's friends.
Yeah.
And I just moved.
I'm going to say, obviously when you started, you went in and you've got the nickname The Joker, and you brought that character to the ring. Online, social media, I know a lot of people, because obviously I knew who you are, it's like, it's, you know, like you get YouTubers in boxing, people who try this sport out, but you were in no certain terms, you were not playing games, you were taking this to the level serious as an actual career, and you put together a string of victories. Obviously you got to your last fight where sadly enough, sorry, we've just been... So just picking this back up here, we're just interrupted slightly. So yeah, carry on. Just 2 weeks before, sorry.
Yeah, so 2 weeks before my 30th birthday, everything had lined up. I wanted to do that MMA fight before my 30th, and that was it. And that was all I wanted. I didn't want any more fights.
Yeah.
I was like, right, fight, get the paycheck, go back to reality.
Yeah. Because
in all honesty, I didn't think I was going to win. I didn't think I was going to win because about 2 weeks before the fight, I YouTubed the kid I was fighting, thinking he was going to be a zeros, like nothing, and he had about 15 fights on YouTube. So my arse fell out because I thought this kid's I think he was a K1 on Muay Thai.
When you look at him on YouTube before, because I did, I thought, well, at most I know he knows what he's doing. Yeah. And obviously me not knowing your extent of your background, I was like, this could be really difficult, but I shit myself because I thought this is not a fair fight, and everyone was like, yeah, but it's 0-0 MMA. So obviously, which it is. That's how people look at it. Yeah. So my agents talked us round. He's like, you'll be fine. Then there was a whole mix-up in the weight. Yeah. I started camp at 89. He started it at 78 or something. He's got down to 70. I've got down to 77. So everyone was like, you've missed weight, and I was like. So I had the contract of me 77 kilos. Yeah. I said, there's no way in 7 weeks I was going to lose 19 kilo. It would have been physical. You'd been a dead man walking.
I wouldn't have made it. I lost 6 kilos on the morning of the weigh-in. I was up at 5 o'clock in the sauna. I think I'd done about 6 saunas with the sweatsuit on and about 3 hot baths all by myself, right? And I seen the lads after and they were like, wow, Aaron. And I remember eating after, and it was just going through us like fucking
water.
Well, water was just coming out my bum, and I was thinking, if he punches me in the stomach or kicks me in the stomach, I'm gonna fucking shit myself. So all this is going through my head. I'm thinking, right, everyone wants us to lose. I've got the shit. I'm fighting a kid who knows how to fight, and I remember just getting in there. I remember walking out, everyone was booing, the whole arena was booing.
In a way though, sorry to cut you off, in a way does that help you, knowing that? Because a lot of people...
No, did it fuck?
Oh, because some people react to that and think, you know what, everyone's going to eat the words, because you've actually gained that respect now, because you've not just done it once, you've not been a one hit and quit, you've
7 times now.
You've racked it up. Unfortunately, obviously, just move on to your last fight you had.
Terrible.
You did lose, but obviously, what was that experience like? And you look like you gained an injury from it.
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. It was a kind of a. No, I'm not going to discredit Austin. He beat us.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have took the fight. I think about 5 weeks before the fight.
Yeah.
Obviously, this was all when COVID was going around. For 5 weeks before the fight, I'm in bed solid for 2 weeks. Now looking back, everyone was like, it probably was COVID, but this at the time it wasn't really known.
Nobody knew.
So anyway, I was in bed for 2 weeks. I had left the gym I was at, so I was in limbo. So I was travelling up and down from Birmingham, and I remember I got to Dublin, and I didn't even have a corner. I just had my Muay Thai coach. So I was thinking, fuck. And this kid's come out. It was when he got a hold of us, I thought, he's fucking strong, man.
Yeah.
He is strong. He was really strong. But apparently, when I spoke to him after, he said he had wrestled from high school. So, he might not have been the most technically gifted wrestler, but he fucking certainly had that wrestling strength. And he done what he had to do.
Yeah, it is what it is. But you took your loss properly, like, you know. Like
the thing is, some people like I say, I took the fight because I honestly thought I was going to beat him. In the first minute, when I hit him with a few knees, I thought I got him.
Yeah.
But then I fucking certainly didn't have him.
Well, you know, you get that in combat sports, and obviously we're at a boxing event, so I'll float the question to you: have you any interest at all in, you know, dipping your toes in this sport? You know, purely just obviously punching, you know, professional boxing. Have you thought about that? It's
something at the time of the MMA fight.
Yeah.
That was to tick off the bucket list. Obviously, I've kind of carved a career the last 2.5, 3 years out of it. But it's certain parts of the sport, the jiu-jitsu, the wrestling, I'm not a huge fan of. And I always said if things start to become a chore, then it's not for me. These things started to become a chore. I remember sitting watching a wrestling class, and I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, this is not for me. But I like striking. So K1, Muay Thai, boxing is all the things that I am looking at. Obviously, at this minute, lockdown's is on. So
I'm going to throw something out at you, and this was going around for a long time, and I would have paid to see this. CM Punk was linked with fighting you.
I loved it.
Now, as a wrestling sort of watcher or fan, or whatever you want to call it, for years,
I'm a wrestling fan.
That would have been, even just for build-up, that would have been incredible. So, was that something that ever got close or floated to you, where you thought, you know, was that ever something that was close to happening, or something that we could yet see?
I don't think now. I think at the time, he obviously got straight into the UFC.
Yeah.
Because I think they've looked at the back of Brock Lesnar and thought, oh well, he's good. We'll take CM Punk, but it was an epic fail. I remember watching little documentary things on YouTube of him, and some people just have not got that fight. He's just got in my eye. If all else fails for me, I will just bite down and swing from the fucking heavens and fight. Do you know what I mean? I will.
Absolutely.
He just doesn't seem to have any punch ability. Do you know? There's just nothing there.
Yeah.
So fucking, if the offer is 100%, I would take it. I would take it in a heartbeat. But I think he's not going to fight anymore, from what I've been told.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'd like to see him go back to wrestling.
Well, my ideal situation was to fight CM Punk in MMA. Obviously win, and then in a couple of years be like, right, we'll have the rematch in WWE, because that's how I want to end my career. I want to end my career in wrestling.
Right, well, I was going to sort of leave it at the boxing, but let's jump right into that.
I have 5-year plans. I have 5-year plans with everything. So it's a weird one. So I started scaffolding when I was 18.
Yeah.
I've done 5 years on the streets.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's like normally 4 or 5 years. From 23, I went offshore.
Yeah.
23 until 27, I was offshore. Went in Geordie show. I was in Geordie show for 6 years.
Yeah.
I fought for 3 years now. So the next thing I take up is going to be a 5-year plan, whether it be boxing. So I'm 33 now, so it's probably going to be about 3-4 good years.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be three good years in WWE. Then 40 years old on my birthday, hopefully with a lot of money in the bank.
Retired.
I am retired on the beach.
Well, you've certainly opened a lot of eyes to what your potential career plans, and you know you've got a lot to look forward to. Just quickly before we sort of end this, because I know the boxing's starting soon.
Yeah.
Is there anything coming up? You know, recently you're involved in on TV. You know, back to the reality side of it. Are you on still? You know.
So there's a Geordie OGs on.
Oh yeah, you and Gaz are on there, aren't you?
Me, Gaz, Marnie, and Holly, Sophie. Yeah. We're just like that one's on TV now. They're talking about a 10-year reunion Geordie show.
Yeah.
If everyone coming back next year, which is going to be hard because I've just had a son and now my missus is pregnant again. So that's going to be pretty hard. But everything when it comes and it's on paper, that's when I'll assess everything, because if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Brilliant. Well, Aaron Chalmers, thank you very much for speaking to Behind the Gloves. We'll hopefully catch you again at some point, maybe even after a boxing fight, an MMA fight, or even a WWE.
Yeah, I'll be floating around them all.
Get in touch, and we'll happily speak to you about any of these events. Look it up.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time, bud.
No worries.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else